Recording number 347, Project MyGo, time 800 hours, 17 minutes, Dr. Kendra Elliott reporting. Subject continues to exhibit growth and aging with amazing rapidity. The young girl we took a DNA sample from never made it past the age of 10 years old, and yet before me floats the body of a woman nearly twice that age. Mature female aspects appeared and completed within a matter of hours. I have been with the subject all night, monitoring, nearly 10 hours. I only stepped out twice briefly to use the facilities, and even in that small amount of time, there were noticeable changes by the time I returned. The DNA sample from the ones the General found in the cave were injected into the subject, and it seems to have created some sort of Moore's Law, a version of advanced evolution. The growth and changes seem to double every few hours. When we started, it was little more than an embryo. After the injection of whatever the General ladled into this thing, the growth practically exploded. Within 2 hours, it could have been a newborn. 2 hours later, it had the anatomy of a 2-year-old. Now she practically looks like an Olympian. The muscle tone is exquisite, and I have to admit, I'm almost jealous. If this thing had a brain, which of course we prevented her from growing out of a sense of ethics, we'd have to be beating back the men coming to the door with a stick. And yet, she never got this far. Murdered by a father who saw her and her mother only as a burden. This beautiful young girl will never be seen by the world. And in a few hours we're going to kill this thing too. That little girl will be dead, again. If I could get my hands on that son of... Can't say that on a report. No personal thoughts, just science. Now she practically looks like an Olympian. The subject is almost to the point where we can consider removal of the heart in order to place it in General Gordon. Once the operation is complete, it should function normally and allow the General to continue his duties within a matter of days or weeks, depending on recovery. The tissues...
My God! Just look at it!
General! You surprised me. I didn't hear you come in.
You were too busy ogling her. Not that I can blame you. Maybe I'll have you make me another one, after this is over. After we... What is that?
What?
There, the base of her spine, where her back meets her butt.
Did you call me over here to admire her?
Very funny. You see that protrusion?
Could just be her tailbone. Some people have oversized tailbones. Makes me feel better about myself to know she has a flaw.
I want a closer look.
It's really not a big deal.
Now!
Accessing in-tank micro ROV. Camera on. Execute.
How long until she's ready?
Best guess 2 more hours at this rate of growth. Best not to try and use full-grown woman's heart in a man's chest. It's completely matured. Usually happens around age 25. She's about 18 now, if I had to guess.
My team is on standby.
Your team?
The surgeons. They're waiting for delivery of the girl. And me.
You are really going through with it?
Either that, or I drop dead somewhere in the next 6 months.
That soon?
Was that hope I heard in your voice?
General.
Cardiomyopathy. Weak heart. It's barely moving enough oxygen to my brain as it is. I can't run. I can't get too angry. I can't... Let's just say the pleasures of life have been stolen from me. You are going to give me them back. She is going to give me them back.
Right, I've got the ROV in position. Now let's take a look at this. It's nothing. Could be the tailbone, or some sort of bone spur or tumour. Side effect of the rapid growth we induced. I still have no idea what was in that DNA sample you gave me. Didn't give me a chance to look at it, practically put a gun to my head. It's hard to say anything for sure, but... should be a problem as long as we don't see any other strange growths in the next few hours.
It's just the heart I'm interested in.
could be a vestigial tail.
This thing has a tail?
We all had tails for the first few months of our existence in the womb, General. Most of the time it just forms into your coccyx, your tailbone. Sometimes it doesn't. Only 35 cases since the 1800s. If Mygo, the real girl, might have had one, but with what we're doing here, anything's possible. Huh.
What?
The skin over the bump, you see that?
It's shiny and ridged. Like goosebumps.
That's almost like scales. Reflective scales. I want to get a sample.
What are you doing?
I want to get a sample, a biopsy. Weird. It's not penetrating. Should have gone right through. I'll up the power. That did it.
Good God! What the hell? She's thrashing around in there. I thought you said that thing didn't have a brain.
She doesn't, but she has a nervous system. She has to, or else the heart wouldn't work. Relax, General. Just a natural response. No brain, no soul. She doesn't really feel a thing.
Nitroglycerin pill. I have to take one if I have a shock. Damn it! I want this thing out of me.
It moved.
No kidding. Bucked like a bronco.
No, sir, the tail. It moved. On its own.
So?
Vestigial tails are just a flap of flesh. There's no bone or muscle in them. They can't move on their own. This tail, this bump, it moves. It's not vestigial, it's a real tail like a dog or a lizard.
Keep a close eye on it. If you see any other changes to her skin or growths, inform me. We'll proceed with the surgery right away in that case. Otherwise, have her prepped and ready to go into medical in 2 hours.
General, I'm not sure that's a good idea. We don't know what other changes could be happening in her body.
All I'm worried about is the heart. As long as it's good, that's all that matters to me. The rest of the body will be dead and incinerated. The other flesh doesn't matter. Just the heart. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Longhorn, this is Hound. Do you copy?
I read you. Come back.
Sheriff Collins and the man with her have not yet been eliminated. They have proven to be resourceful, elusive.
I wanted them dead hours ago. Can't get good help. Even a trained assassin.
We are tracking them. They will have to cross 75 miles of rough terrain before they get back to civilization.
Let your men take care of them. Hound, I need you back here.
Longhorn, sir, is it time?
Yes, Hound. It's time. We proceed at 1800 hours.
I will return to base in 30, sir. Out.
You get that, Elliot? 1800 hours.
Yes, sir.
Kendra?
Sir?
Well done. Live or die. This is your finest work. Well done.
Thank you, sir. Pompous windbag. See how long you live when the DNA kill switch placed in the organ kicks in. Just long enough no one could possibly blame me or the staff here. Should keep his dog in, though, from being suspicious. Heart transplants fail all the time, right? Right. Adios, General. Live or die. Goodbye.
You have been listening to a scene from Project Nemesis by Jeremy Robinson. This adaptation was written by Wesley Critchfield. Heard in the cast was Kendra Akers as Kendra Elliott, Josh Momini as Endo, and Wesley Critchfield as General Morgan. This scene is a work of fan art and is not intended to infringe on the copyrights belonging to Jeremy Robinson. To learn more about Project Nemesis and the other books in the series, as well as other books by Jeremy Robinson, please visit bewareofmonsters.com. Please subscribe to Club 40 Audio for original audio dramas, including The Factory and the Rehearsal Club Review. Thanks for listening.